Thank you for tuning in to the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast. Her mission is to empower you with short, on-the-go business tips to help you successfully start and run your company like a boss and achieve financial freedom. And now, here's your host, Felicia Fracassi.
Welcome back to Beauty Boss Millionaire. I'm your host, Felicia Fracassi, and the objective of this episode is really to just help entrepreneurs get a little bit more organized. As you know, this is something that we all have struggled with at some point or another. I always say everything must have a home. And I have some alternatives for people that are running a small business and they need to hire additional help, but they don't really have a lot of funds. One thing that you can do is hire a virtual assistant. I love this website called Upwork. I love Fiverr. I love Zirtual. And I love a website called Fancy Hands. It's really nice because if you are on a budget, you're not really sure how you can do all these things, you're starting to get overwhelmed, you can get yourself a virtual assistant and it doesn't cost a whole lot and they can help keep you organized. They can help you be accountable. Like I said, some of these people are willing to work for, $10 an hour or whatever rate that they give you. They're from all over the world. So it's not just a US rate. It can be an international rate. They do have an option to select if you're sensitive to making sure the dollar stays in the United States. You are more than welcome to select just U.S. workers only for Upwork. If you choose to do international work for a little bit cheaper and give someone a chance in another country that would probably be so excited that you gave them an opportunity, then you're more than welcome to select. I really would leave that to you. I don't judge. I know that sometimes it can be a personal decision, but my job is just to provide you with the tools of how you can run the business. The main thing is just get yourself some help. Even if it's an accountant, you can go on Upwork and find an accountant that will virtually help you. And another thing that I want you to do as you are beginning to be in business is simply just to stay focused on growing your business and not getting caught up in the operation of your business. I see a lot of entrepreneurs that get caught up with all this running all around, meeting with people, when they could have done everything on a phone call or a Zoom call or just simply a telephone call. Your time is valuable. I won't stress this enough because I have learned to be very intentional about my time. You don't want to be working always in the business. You want to work on the business. And sometimes you can get sucked into this matrix hole of working in the business that you're not really getting a chance to build and grow your business. And that's one thing that me as a business owner, I always had to fight against because my hands are trained to do what my employees can do. But as I began to grow my operation, I had to learn to delegate to be able to release some of that and give it to them so I can focus on another operation, which takes me to be off-site to be able to go and look for a new location. So just remember those things as you're building. If that's your goal to run a multiple location business or to start something else, or if it's not your goal, just make sure that you are still monitoring your operation. One thing that I suggest if you're an entrepreneur is simply have daily checkpoints that you do throughout the day. If you're not a person that's really good on being organized, do what our great grandparents and our parents did. And they have like this little schedule that you can roughly go by and say, all right, well, even in high school, we did this, from first period, we were in math, second period, we were in science, third period, we were in phys ed, fourth period, we were at lunch. Make yourself this schedule in the beginning just to hold yourself accountable so you know how your day is going to flow. Because I see so many people where they wake up and they just jump on social media and they're stuck there in the matrix of social media for 4 or 5 hours. And now here it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon because they had a day off and now they haven't gotten anything done. No, you have to dismiss that mentality. Your mindset should be, all right, 8 o'clock, or let's just say even 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, get myself a good work in because you need yourself to have that blood pumping. 8 o'clock, okay, I'm going to have myself a nice light breakfast and make my to-do list after breakfast. 10 o'clock, you're now making phone calls, setting up meetings for the week, looking at your goals, looking over everything in your company, what you need to work on. I could literally see you in your home or in your office writing these things down and going through this checklist of things and making yourself the schedule. Let's say at 12 noon, take a half an hour to 45-minute break to just regenerate. If that's your pace, fine. But my point is that you need to make yourself a schedule and hold yourself accountable to help keep your business organized, to keep it going. You remember, You're the only person that's going to care to keep this business going. Maybe you need to be up talking to vendors. Maybe you need to be up going on job sites. Maybe you need to be up working in the business. You need to also have that time where you can actually reflect and look at the business. Maybe you can just do from 1 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon where you're checking on things. You're checking on managers. You're checking on supplies, inventory. And then maybe you can have a creative hour where from like 3 to 4, you're simply creating new things for the business. So you're not just stuck in the operational part. You're still being creative with your business. And lastly, you should have people that are around you being accountable. So my point is that your day should run by a schedule. I even encourage people that don't have a business yet to live by this. I even put a little lunchtime / Bible reading into it, or a morning Bible scripture to start off with it. Put something positive in there. Make a positive affirmation section where you can just be positive, or whatever it is. Give yourself that spiritual time. We're not just all flesh and blood here where we're just running and working. There's a part of us that is human that we need to cater to. So give yourself that time. All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Give your special lady a gift certificate to the Below Dry Lounge to get her hair done, and then over to Fracassi Lashes for her lashes and her brows done for only $60. That's right, hair done, brows done, and lashes done. Call 225-HAIR or 225-LASH or stop in the Grease Ridge Mall.
Welcome back to the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast.
I really just want you to take a moment out right now and just inhale and exhale. The reason why I asked that you would do this, because I have a radio show that I do as well. And on my radio show, I have people just inhale and exhale because sometimes we don't allow ourselves to really breathe and just relax and just release all the energy that we're carrying from other people and that we're just running all around. Take a moment just to kiss your children, to love on them. There's so many times where we take for granted those around us. We take for granted the small things like the activity of our limbs, the health that we have. We take those things for granted. If you were to go into a hospital right now and speak to someone that is ill, they would probably say to you, enjoy it while you can, be grateful for it. They wouldn't care about money. They wouldn't care about materialistic things because it can do nothing for you. So as busy as we're being, I want us to build somewhere in that schedule to just breathe, thank the Lord for another day, have that light, that space for love and happiness. And actually this happened over the weekend. My husband and I were very serious entrepreneurs. We're always busy. And we had a whole weekend planned on what we were going to do. And it kind of looked like a lot of work. We planned it out on Thursday night. We said, hey, this weekend, I know we want to go do all these fun things, but why don't we just kind of work and handle what we have to handle? And we set up the schedule of all these things that we had to do. And it was kind of funny because as soon as we made the schedule, we said, all right, we're sticking to it. We already had plans. We said, well, we better get it in. And we got to be open to change because even though we had our schedule, we had the things that we had to do, we looked at each other and we just said, you know what? We have been really working a lot. Let's just take 2 hours for ourselves. We went to the yacht club and we just kind of hung out. We had some food and we held each other's hand. And then after that, we went and we played tennis. And, we were joking because we're not really good at tennis, either one of us, but we just spent that time together. And it made me feel so good because we're workaholics. We don't realize how much all of us are in some way, shape, or form. We're always doing something. There's something going on. You got to go here. You got to go there. I don't know how your lifestyle is set up, but most of us are probably on the go half the time. Sometimes we're running out the door with some food in our mouths and barely getting a chance to just enjoy the flowers. Especially once you get into real entrepreneurship. You're busy all the time. You're running around. You're in the car traveling. Just take that moment out just to breathe and just realize how blessed you really are. I didn't mean to get all deep and spiritual on this episode, but it really is important that we organize our business, but we're making sure that we can keep ourselves together and organize internally as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Beauty Boss Millionaire. I'm your host, Felicia Fracassi. Thanks for tuning in. Also, if these are really helpful, please review, rate, and share, or just send the link to someone who may need this free business help. See you tomorrow.
That's it for today. Tune in tomorrow for the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast. And don't forget to follow the Beauty Boss Millionaire, Felicia Fracassi, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Beauty Boss Millionaire.